it's up and working.
Alrighty,
Woo-hoo.
so that being said.
So let it be said, so let it be written. All right, so let's get out of there. And let's get out of there. And we are ready to roll. Yep, we're ready. All right. All right. Well, now we are ready to roll. Take my tea. I'm not quite sure what that is. All right. Now we're ready to roll. Wow, took a while to get it. Look at a lot of things going on right here. Derek, good evening. Cool kid, what's happening? G-Mass, cool beans. Caden, good evening. Ingenious, good evening. Ben Robert, cool beans. Cool beans. James, Brian, what's happening? David, okay, all right. Truest Bang, Boogeyman. You gotta give me the tickle symbol. Ticker symbol. We'll get ready to roll. First one I'm seeing tonight is Riot. Let's take a quick look at Riot. What strategy do I do? Find out in 2 seconds. Let's go. TFC. Hold on a second. Riot first, then TFC. All right, we'll take a look at that one. All right. Or RCO. All right, let's get rolling. First one foremost. Riot, RIOT. All righty. Oh, what the hell is this damn thing? All right. Can't get rid of it. I'll have to figure it out. Trisha, good evening, Trisha. Cash, how you doing? All right. So first and foremost, we're going to take a look at Riot. R-I-I-T. First, before I get started with that, my name is James. This Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10 Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flows, looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, if you don't understand what 1% per week is, well, that comes to over 50% per year. That's what I'm looking for. I've been working since 1973. Retired. I retired at 59. A little bit early. I gotta wait until I get money from who? What the hell do they call those people? Social Security. Yeah. I'm not really relying on that. That doesn't seem to be working for me. But that being said, I'm closing off a lot of these damn things. Nothing's closing. Imagine that. Anyway. I'm 61 now, so I've been retired for a year and a half. Okay, not bad. I'm thinking myself. So all the money that I've accumulated in my working days, I've been working since 1973. So all the money I've accumulated over that time period now has to last me for the rest of my life. So I got two choices. One, I can do it investing myself, or I can hand it to a money manager and he can do it for me. Or she can do one or the other. I really don't care which one. However, I have not yet met a single money manager or fund manager or anyone that can get more than 50% per year. Haven't met one. If you guys know one, I'll be more than glad to have a chat with them and give them my money so that I don't have to work anymore. And I don't have to do this anymore. But I kind of enjoy doing this. I've been doing it for 20 years. A little over 20 years. And I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming to be the guru. No, I know a couple of things that are helping me out to make 1% every week. That's what I'm looking for. Consistency, profitability, and safe. I don't have to go back to work. Oh, we got Intel, and then we have NB. Enbridge. No, Enbridge is a no. Okay, I'm looking for certain things. One, I'm looking for consistency of profitability, which means they have to have been profitable for at least 2 decades. Enbridge, no. Ethereum is not a dividend stock.
So it surprises me.
People will jump on a screen and they'll see a chart automatically invest it. Well, I do, but I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do forex. I don't do futures. I do dividend investing, dividend stock for weekly cash flow. That's my niche. Whatever you want to call that damn thing. It's a small group. I do it differently because I'm looking to get 1% every single week. Now most people buy a dividend stock and they'll like it 5-6% per year. Yeah. Good luck with that. I want 1% a week. That's over 50% per year.
Okay. SMH. What the heck is 10? Tray. What the heck is TEN? Never heard of it. Okay, we got Oracle on the list. Can I trade my wife for a pack of beer and a bag of snow for some peace and quiet? Sure you can. All right. So. Energy. Wait a minute. Tacos Energy Navigation. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I haven't heard of them. Hold on a second. All right, we're going to take a look at Riot first. Okay, 10. We'll take a look at it.
I've never heard of it. Now, I'm very specific on who I buy. Are they consistently profitable? Do they have weekly options? Well, we're going to find out. So sit tight because we'll be there. Anyway. I'm looking for 5. Anytime I look at a chart, I'm always looking for 5. Very simple. Now the strategy you're about to see was created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008 when she was 9. Okay, she's going to be 26 this year. Holy cow. All right, so anyway. 5 things. Ready? Here we go. Number one. The high of the year. Number 2. The low of the year. Number 3. Where was it a year ago? Number 4, where is it right now? And number 5, take our little finger, go like this. Sideways, down, up, down. Okay, that's it. I don't need to see every single thing on there. Before I go to step 2, step number 1 is high, low. Where is it? What direction it's going? Step number 2. If I'm going to buy it, what kind of rate of return am I getting for this week? See, I trade weekly. I want to get some kind of cash flow every single week from every single one of my positions. Take a look at every single stock I own. Every single stock I own gives me a weekly cash flow because they all have weekly options. Anyway, step number 2. What does I can't see that damn thing in the way. What the hell is that?
What is that? Cancel. What's this one? Cancel. What's this one? Damn it. What's this one? What the hell's this one? Come on. All right. We're gonna be a little bit of a situation here. What's this one? Nope. Wrong account. Damn it. All right, we're gonna have to do this whole damn thing over again.
So while I'm waiting for that, let's at least take a look at something.
Mara Holly Davidson and Starbucks. MARA, Starbucks, and Harley Davidson. I swear sometimes these people actually look at what I have and want to know what I'm doing with it. Justin, how are you? Pimp in the Box. What an awesome name. Pimp in the Box. Imagine that. Pimp in the Box. on how to get rid of this damn shit. I'm going to have to turn my computer off tonight. Actual question. Tesla. Look at that. Look at that. I got one of those weird things. Trisha, thank you for that. Can I? No. All right. Actual question. Is Tesla or Microsoft or Facebook investing in? Now, David, I invest a certain way. I look for dividend stocks. Does the company? Wait a second, I can sign in. Is the company consistently profitable? That's what I'm looking for. Now, I don't like Tesla either. Yeah. But anyway. I'm looking for companies that are profitable. Now, is Microsoft profitable? Yep. Does Microsoft have dividends? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Well, I like Microsoft. I buy Microsoft if it is at my price at the right time. Now, for the other one, Facebook. No, I don't do Facebook because Facebook doesn't. Well, hold on a second. Facebook does have dividends, but only 1 year of dividends. So I'm not going to look at Facebook for another 18 to 19 years because it just doesn't make sense to me. All right, back at Riot again. Let's see what we can do. What was the other one? Facebook? No. Microsoft? Yes. Tesla? No. It's not that I dislike Tesla. It's just that Tesla doesn't have a dividend. Now, the name of the show here is Dividend Stock Talk. Okay? Investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. So if it doesn't have weekly options, no. If it doesn't have dividends, at least two decades, that's 20 years of dividends, no. Actually, that's simple. Why would anyone invest in Tesla today? Well, Tesla's a great company. They're going places for capital gains. I'm not looking for capital gains. I'm looking for cash flow. Big difference. Alrighty, Derek, thank you for that, G-Mens. Caden, alrighty, and Genius Cool Beans. Gail, we'll take a look at Harley Davidson, all that. Tesla, and YTSL. Okay, RDDN. Okay, were you not just listening to me? Because what I said specifically, the company has to have two decades of profitability. Okay, TSLY, no. YTSL, no. Okay. 20 years of dividends. Nisha, what do you suggest we invest money in? Now, see, I don't make suggestions whatsoever. Okay. What I do is I take a look at what you guys want to take a look at. I plug it into my little trading strategy. I share freely. Okay. And see if it works. Because I have consistently gotten 1% every single week for over 15 years, which is over 50% per year. I'm just sharing the information. That's all. I'm not giving advice what to do. I'm just taking a look at what you're looking at. Plugging it in and seeing if it works. So Riot is first on the list. So let's take a look and see what happens. All right. So Riot. Well, the last price for Riot was $7.77. So the closest strike price for $7.77 is going to be $8. Okay, so do the math for a second. If I'm buying this stock right here, Riot, for $7.77, the price right there, then I turn around and I sell somebody the right, not the obligation, the right to buy it from me at basically as close as I can get to the exact price. So if I'm paying $7.77, the closest strike price is going to be $8. Well, the 8 is right here. And that comes to a grand total of 30 cents per share or $30 per contract. Now, if I do my math correctly, 30 cents is what percentage of $7.77? Well, it's over 4%. 4%. Well, 4% on a trade like that, fine. But before we jump the gun, say, before we do that, we got to take a little deeper dive into the chart.
Okay. Now, just because the numbers look good doesn't mean it's the right time to buy it. So there's a few other things I'd like to take a look at. Well, we did the one-year chart. Now I want to do the 90-day chart for the last 3 months. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, a year ago, Riot was at 11.18. She drops down to right around 650, shoots up to the high of the year, 1587. And that was beginning of November. The high's right there. She pulls back sideways for a bit, drops again. I want to get a closer look at the last 90 days. Okay. Here's the last 3 months. The high, the low. Where was it? Is it? Where is it going? Sideways down. Sideways. Now we're at 77. I'm looking for a pattern. Sideways down, up, down. Okay, fine. There's the pattern. Now I want to take a look at other investors. Okay, so there's usually about anywhere between 500 and about 1,000 people here at night. Okay, so between all you guys here, we're all looking for the same thing, looking for profitability. Now we all looking differently because we all have different factors. We all have different amount of money to play with, and also we all have a different understanding of what's right for us. So I'm just going to show you what's right for me. You guys can figure out. You already know I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Simple, which means I want to do the easiest strategies. They're the easiest strategy you know of is just buying the stock. Okay, but there's no profitability there, so I go to the next step. What's the second easiest trading strategy I know? Well, it's a covered call. It is so safe. They allow you to do that in your IRA. You can't do some trades in an IRA, but a covered call you can. Bill, so James, you only look at dividend stocks. Is that right? Because there's a website. All right, Bill. Okay, Brandon, we're going to get to that one second. All right, David, hold that thought. All right. I have no idea that can't read that. Captain Obvious, good evening, sir. Annie, good evening. What platform am I using? This behind me is Think or Swim through Charles Schwab. David, what about Ergo, who is sitting at 6.38% up? Okay, what about it, David? I've never heard of them, number one. Number two, are they consistently profitable for at least 2 decades? Jose, hola, James. I was looking forward to a live. Glad I caught it. Cool me. All right. All right. So. All those questions answered today. Here we are. Here's the last 30 days. Here's the 30-day high. Here's the 30-day bottom. Look where we are right now. Here's where we were. Look at the motion. Down, up. Yeah. Now Friday opened up higher, but closed a little bit lower. Well, could it mean profit taking has started? Well, if your bottom down here. It's $6. And she shoots out 7 or 8. She goes from 6 to 8. That's $2. Now I know $2 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but look at it in the grand scheme of things. A $2 move on a $6 stock is 30%. Okay, $2 down here's the bottom. 6. That's the bottom. Now from the bottom, right here to the top on Friday, that's over $8. That's over a $2 move. That is a 30% move from the bottom up in less than 1 week. Now I ask yourself a serious question. If you had one of your investments go 30% in 1 week, would you take profits? Because there's a thing about profits. Number one, nobody ever broke taking profits. Number two, it ain't a profit until you take it. All right. Somebody wants to take a look at US Steel. That makes number 8. That's 8 stocks so far. Just tight. We'll get to it. So think about it that way.
If you bought it down here at the bottom,
okay, so a lot of people do buy it at the bottom. As she jumps up, $2 and change. All right, that's over 30% increase. So yeah, I'd be taking profits. Hell, I'd be taking profits at 10%. This thing jumped 30 and jumped. So I'm not going to jump into any more. I'm not going to buy it. I do already own some, but I have no intention of getting rid of mine. But if you were thinking of jumping into it, in my humble, I wouldn't jump into a 30% increase from here to here. I'd wait until after profit taken, which would be better another week or two. So I'm going to put right down 2 weeks from today. All right, we'll take a look at it. 2 weeks, see what it does. All right, so that was right. That's the first one. Right here. Luke. Too volatile. I'm not really concerned about the volatility, Luke. Okay. Number one. Never buy something you don't want to hold on to. If you don't like Riot, you shouldn't be looking. However, if you do like Riot, do you think it might be a better idea to wait until it's more lucrative? Because usually you make most of your money buying and selling high. Well, in this instance here, our 30-day high was 20. Okay, our 30-day bottom 6. Where's it now? It's at 77. It hit over $8 on Friday. So it made another. Well, it came close to another 30-day high. But now she's pulling back. Looks like she's pulling back. Well, if she is, I don't want to get into it now. I want to wait for it to drop back down, profit taken, and then find a new bottom to go back. So I'm thinking another week or two for Riot. Okay. I like Riot. I actually own some, and it's giving me a nice return every week. So why would I get rid of it? Yes, Peter, you're absolutely right. It's connected to cryptocurrency. Now, I never said that I bought myself. I said I have some, which means I have an account that has some in this. Anyway. Yes, I do have investors that I invest. So every once in a while they say, hey, I like Riot, let's buy some. I said, okay. My top choice, but all right. Next on the list. TFC. What the heck is TFC? TFC. Oh, Truist. All right. Well, let's take a gander at Truist. Understood. All right, Pete. Thank you for that. All right. TFC. Truist Financial Corporation. High, low. Where was it? Look at the motion. Down, sideways, up. Okay. 37.67. So if it's at 37.67, the closest one is going to be the 38. All right, so 38. 42. That is over 1%. Okay, just simple math. 1% of 37.77 is 38 cents a share. 37 and a half. Okay. How about IBIT ETF? Scott, IBIT? Now, Scott, let me ask you a question. Does IBIT have 20 years of profitability? I seriously doubt it. I don't know any ETF that's 20 years old. That's actually doing those kind of numbers. Electronics will be the first stock to rebound. Richard, thank you for that. All right, but Richard, you're not giving me a stock to look at. Okay, fine. All right, so Truist. We looked at the chart, the 1 year. Okay. We looked at the numbers. Now we're going to look a little bit deeper. Is it the right time to buy that? One question here. Diamato. I jumped in and sold my first call. Can you describe different scenarios of what to do next? Oh, Tomato. All right. Basically, I got a couple of rules. Anytime I'm investing in something, it's got a couple of rules. Rule number one: never buy something you don't want to hold on to long term. All right. If it doesn't make sense, if you don't understand it, you don't want to own it. don't buy it. So you already bought something. Great. Whatever you bought it for, did you sell a covered call? Which means did you sell the rights to buy it from you? Because I'm looking for cash flow. Okay. If it's a good stock and it has a good dividend, great. That's a nice bonus. Not what I'm looking for cash flow. The reason why I do dividend stocks is because dividend stocks are predictable. Okay. I know. I have a good idea of where and when they are going to move on a consistent basis. Because they usually always go up just the dividend date. Just before the dividend date, jump in, get my 1%, jump on, thank you, and move on. Antoine, good evening. Is Allstate a stock you look at? Jose. Let's get back to Truist. Right? I'm trying to keep track of all the questions because I like to read all the questions and answer everything. Scott, how about Archer Aviation for 10 years or more? Okay, Scott. I don't buy anything to hold long term. I don't. Okay, I buy something for a specific goal, which means I'm looking to get some cash flow from it. So when you ask me, is this a good stock for the next 5 years? I really don't know. I have no idea. I know Archer Aviation is not on my list. They haven't been in business long enough, and they don't have the numbers that I'm looking for. Okay, but I'll take a look at it if you want. Jose, ALL. Huh? All right. Right now. What is the symbol for Truist? TFFC. Okay. All right. 37. Okay, already did that. All right. So a year ago, Truist is at 38.26. The high of the year was back at the end of November, now it's around $49. All right, so the last 90 days, okay, this is what we're looking at. The high, the low, look at the motion. Okay, sideways, down, up, down. Now she's going back up. That you can clearly see on the 90-day chart. So is this a good place to jump in? Well, let's take a better look at it. Okay. Here's the last 30 days. 30 days ago, 42. That's the high. She dropped down to 32, and now she's back up at 37. Okay, she went up, down, now she's going up again. Look at all the space got to go here. Well, that's a good opportunity right there. Because she is bouncing off the bottom here, going up. The high's there. So 42, so we have 37, 42, which is a nice amount to look at. Well, let's take a look at it. Brian, we'll take a look at Estee Lauder. All right. Bought Ford this week, sold it, made 3%. Ganu. Nicely done. Pierce, how are you doing today? Mr. Steve? Laurie. Yay. Thank you. Oh, yeah, sorry. I just looked. Allstate doesn't have weeklies. All right, cross it off. Thank you for that. One less thing to worry about. All right. So let's see what a covered call would look like for Truist. Covered stock. Let's get rid of that. No. We said 38 right there. All right. Just one contract. There it is. And a market order. Now, there is a reason why I do a market order as opposed to a limit order. Now, you probably hear everybody say, well, limit order, that way you're not getting screwed. Well, here's the thing. All right. Buy one covered call, TFC, 100, that's the weekly. 2 May 25, that means that's the option is going to expire this coming Friday. So if I jump in first thing in the morning, I got 5 days. Okay, now once I own this. Now this is a double trade. I buy the stock and sell the option at the same time. Go from there. Aaron, I'll take a look at Apple for you. AAPL. Okay. to May 25, the option is going to expire this coming Friday. Now, if it doesn't hit my target price come this Friday, well, next Monday, I still own the stock. Okay, then I get to sell it to someone else for the exact same price again. And I'll do that every single week. Every single week they're going to give me, well, based on this one here, $80 per contract. Now, $80 per contract, let's do some math to figure out how much that is. That we're going to need our trusty, what do you call this thing? Calculator. Yeah. All right. Clear that out of there. Now. Profit right here. See what says profit? $80. I'll put $80 into my calculator. And I'm going to divide that by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. That's the price right there. $37.20. Divided by 37.20. That gives me a grand total of 2.1%. Now, do you understand 2.1% every single week is over 100% per year? Now, I'm only looking for 1%. So if I can find this trade for a 2%, well, what can I do? Little time and effort. TFC. All right. TFC 2.1. All right. That's the first one on the list. Yay! All right, next. All right, let's get out of this. Let's get out of that. Let's change this back to right that. And right there. All right. Back to where we started again. How do you decide on your bid price? Okay, so user 86997. Let's call you Tom. All right, Tom. I don't look at the bid and the ask price. Okay, it's already right there. Okay, the last traded price, which is the last traded price for Friday, right here, 37.67. That's the price right there. That's the last traded price. Okay, so that's the price I'm looking at. Now, tomorrow morning, when the market opens at 9:30, all these numbers are going to change. Okay, they're all going to change. So the math stays the same. What am I buying it for? What's the closest strike price? What am I collecting? Is that more than 1% or not? Okay. Is it a good trade? Do I like Truist? Is it a stock that I would like to buy and own for whoever knows how long? Or until it hits my target? Well, at this point in time, it's at 37.67, and I'm looking at 38. Okay. It's either going to work or it's not. Mr. Steve wants to take a look at Dell. All right, Steve, we'll take a gander at it. All righty. Good evening. I hope your weekend was fine. Lisa M. Good evening. My weekend was lovely. Looking to drop tomorrow based on futures, then rally and drop. All right. Thank you for that. Hey Zeus, I'm new to this. Can you explain the mechanics of a covered call? Hey Zeus, hold tight. Diamato, just to clarify, you said you do a market order. Is that when you're buying 100 shares and when selling covered call option? And why a market order versus a limit order? Diamato. Come help. Awesome questions. Yes, I do call the market order first thing only when I'm jumping in. Now the reason for that, a market order will fill instantaneously first thing Monday morning. Okay. First thing Monday morning, the bid and the ask of the stock and the option on a covered call. It's two orders in one. They're locked together from the beginning. So as soon as the market opens, I buy the stock, I sell the option, and usually it's right about the price. Right about here. Okay. That's usually what you get when the market first opens. Now a limit order. Once I own the stock, like next week, if I still own Truist next week, I won't do market order. I will do a limit order based on purchase price. So if I do buy it at 37.67, price right here. Okay. I will sell a call with a limit order of 38. Not a market order. I only do market orders when I'm jumping because the stock and the option are tied together. And I know what they're going to be.
That's why I trade like so. Like this. 38 right there. Click on that. And then I hit confirm and send. Okay. I know exactly what I'm getting. All right. I'm spending 37,000 and I'm making 800. Because the stock and the option are tied together when I first jump in. Okay, so divide 800 by 30. Let's get it. Back to the beginning. Here we go. All right. Next question. That was TFC. Next question would be Oracle. Ooh, that's a good one. ORCL. Oracle. Ready? High. Low. Where was it? Up. Down. Up. It's at 138. 49. 138. 49. 38. 138, 35, 39, 280, 30, 141. That's all awesome. All those numbers look awesome. Okay. All over 1%. Well, great. Let's take a deep dive. Is it the right time to jump into Oracle? Okay. A year ago was the bottom of the year. 113. Now from there it goes from 113 up to 198. So 113 to 198. That's a nice. Was it 5% jump? That's nice. All right. So the last 90 days. High, low, is look at it. Down. Nice flow. You can really see where it's going here. The high's here, bottom's here. Now she's going up. Well, that kind of makes sense. Let's zoom in a little tighter. What does the last 30 days look like? Well, here we go. Down, up. It's at 138 now. 147 is the high. Is nice movement to the upside. Can it continue going? Well, bottom here's at 122 to 138, $6, 5%. It's got a long way to go. This is only a 5% move. That's it. 5%. I know people aren't ready to sell yet. So she's going to keep on going. Hypothetically speaking, there's only three guarantees in life, and that's not one of them. That's a possibility. All the odds and probabilities in my favor. Yeah, wonderful. So there's the move. Is it going to keep going? We'll see. Let's find out. All right. 138. Let's actually do 139. 139, right there. One contract. Market order. Oh, there it is. By one contract. Oracle. To May. That's coming this Friday. The 139 call option against the Oracle stock at the market to open 398. That's nice. 398 costs 13 grand. Well, let's find out. Brian, we have Estee Lauder on the list. We take a look at it in a little bit. All right. So, calculator. Here we go. 398. And it's costing 13,502. 2.9. Which one is this? 3.2. That's nice. Sorry, 2.9. Oh. 2.9. Silly me. Silly me. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. 398 contracts. I have no idea what you're talking about there. What about 30 sir, up and down. Trading teacher in Gambot. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about here. Says what about US 30 sir, up and down. I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm talking about Oracle. Oh, Brian wants to take a look at Alcoa. All right, Brian, hold up a second. Let me do one at a time. Tiki Talk, how are you today? The US 30 index. Yeah, dude, I don't do that at all. Okay, so I only do dividend stocks. If it's not a dividend stock, no, don't even bother. For me, if you like it, you do it. Okay, just not here, because it's not something I pay attention to. All right, let's keep continuing. Thank you for that, David. All right. Let's move on. Get out of that. Get out of that. And next on the list. Trading teacher. NAS 100. Kate. Do I like CXY? Okay, Michael Johnson. I'm not quite sure who CXI is. CXY. CXY. Hell no. Sorry. Michael Johnson. CXY. Hell no. I like that one. Hell no. Thoughts on using CVD as a confluence. Okay, I have no idea what CVD and confluence is. Okay. No. I didn't go to college, so I'm no mathematician, but I know the basics. Okay. Adding, subtracting, division, multiplication, the basics. How many hours do I need to put in in order to pay my bill? That was one of the simple ones. Okay. So now I'm investing my money. I'm investing my money in this company. This is the return they're giving me. That kind of a percentage. Well, those are the ones that I need. Okay. I have no idea what confluence means. I could look it up. Okay, but it doesn't have to do with what I'm doing. We got a low battery over here. That's not a good sign. There we go. That's much better. Okay. All right. Are you a trader or investor? I'm what you call both. Because I'm investing my money, and I'm trading on a weekly basis. So there's your answer. All right, so we looked at Dell. Next on the list, SMH. What the heck is SMH? Oh. Vanek Semiconductors. Does this company have 20 years of dividends? Well, let's find out. Not really. Come on. There we go. Now, what one was this one? SMH. SMH. All right, we're going to take a quick look, see what kind of dividends SMH has been paying. $211 per share. 0.5. Are you shitting me? 0.5 realty? Yeah. No. SMH, 0.5% per year. You've got to be kidding. One dividend. Come on. Well, we're going to say no to this because it only has one dividend. Yeah, no, thank you. Bro, how are you feeling about Mara? Hey, where's your chest? We're gonna get that. Okay, Trey Sean, do me a favor. I asked politely asked the question once. I told you I already wrote T-E-N down. It's written down. I will get to it in the order in which it was received. Okay? All right, that's all the questions so far. All right, so let's go. What is next? Intel. Ooh, I like Intel. Versus numbers. Let's take a quick gander. Uh-oh. That one went off. Why the hell did that one go off? That camera just went off. For whatever reason. The battery's dead. That makes sense. All right. What are we looking at here? Intel. High, low. Where's the motion? Sideways, up, down, up. What's going on right here? All right. Let's take a look. The current price, $20.05. The 20 is going for 65 cents. In case you didn't know, 65 cents on a $20 stock is over 3%. Well, that's a nice number, isn't it? Gotta get this channel running. Give it a second. It keeps wanting to verify who I am. Why? Live? Come on. Go live. Resume. Okay. Give it a second. She's gonna resume. All right. With that being said. All right. Gotta do this right here. Come on. And that right there. And there we go. All right. That being. All right. Intel. Let's take a quick look. A year ago, we're at 31.81. The high of the year, 37. Okay, the bottom of the year, right there, 17.50. The last 90 days. Now, the last 90 days, the last 3 months. Look at that pattern. Okay, up, down. She's now back up again. Well, if it looks like that, why the hell not? Down. Now she's going back up. All right. The last 30 days. The last 30 days always gives me a good idea. Where do I think it's going next? Okay. Down, up. Down, up. Well, there's a big gap here. Okay. I don't know where the hell it's going. Okay. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it is now. Look, she went up. She pulled back. Pulled back. All right. What's next? I already own Intel. I'm not really worried about it much at this moment in time. But I'll wait and see what it does. What does it normally do this time of year? Now, normally. Dell has a tendency to go down this time of year. Now, if you're not familiar with this type of a chart, this is called a seasonality chart. It basically breaks down the whole year. Okay. January 1st all the way there. December 31st all the way over here. So all the way to the left. January 1st all the way to the right. December 31st. The blue line represents the movement that it made so far this year. The red line is 10 years worth of data. 10 years. That's 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, so on and so forth. 10 years. This is the average movement. Okay, so if it usually goes down this time of year? No, thank you. Okay, now I'll just sit and I'll wait. Budweiser, what's my thought on the future of a brick system? I love the idea of the brick system. I do. They are a huge challenge
Because if you think of it this way, I understand. All right. If you take a look at history, and don't blind yourself thinking that we're all that. We're not. If you take a look at the history books in Europe, they'll tell you a total different story than the history books here in the U.S. Well, what's true and what's not true? It all depends on what you want to believe. Okay? And that's a big one. All depends on what you want to believe. Because truth is subjective to your point of view. Anyway, besides the point. My opinion on the BRICS system, they're going to have a difficult time because every single continent accepts US dollars. Yes, Russia accepts US dollars. I know. I was there. I had US dollars. I changed them in for the ruble, and they gave me the ruble. And when I left, I gave them back US dollars. So yeah, it's accepted everywhere. I don't know if it's accepted in China. I don't know anybody who has been there. Okay, but anyway, the US dollar is welcome everywhere. BRICS, they're trying. They are. At least they have something to back it up. All right. Now, I don't do politics, so my opinion of BRICS is we'll see how it pans out over the years. And that's basically all we can do. Just sit and watch, see what happens. All right. So that being said, I'm going to say no detail for this week. Right there. All right. Next. All right. What do we have here? Nixon flags. Ooh, do I like them? No. Nixon flags. Intel isn't innovating more. Even Amazon are switching to ARM chips for their cloud computing. Okay. It's universal. Stagnant. Okay. Interesting. I see you don't like Intel. That's fine. Wow. All right. Let's keep on. Let's keep moving. That being said, I like Intel. Now, last 30 days. Yeah. I can't figure this one out. We're just going to leave it alone. Next. Now we're at 10. TEN. So I forget who it was. Who wanted to ask about 10? TEN. Yeah, all that bitching and moaning tens and no. Sorry, TEN. No. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. That's now MARA. MARA. Interesting. There's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the movement. Down, up. Now she's going back up. Currently at 1430. So if 1430 is the last price. Well, tomorrow morning the closest price is going to be 1450. Okay. 1450 is paying 52 cents a share. Now 14 times 4, 40, 50. Okay. That's over 3%. All right. I like 3%. Let's take a gander at it. Hey, we're just holding 20 contracts. Now, did you buy those contracts, or did you sell them? There's a huge difference between the two. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, Lisa wants to take a look at the gap. Gap. Okay. Russ wants to take a look at Ford. And then Wolf wants to take a look at FRRT and Coca-Cola. All right. Uh-oh. Pfizer. Bo wants to take a look at Pfizer. PFE. And then Macy's. All right, that's enough for now.
GT. Can't pass up target. Dividend king.
All right. So that being said, let's progress forward with Mara.
A year ago, we're at 1814.
The high of year 30, and that was the end of November. Okay. Last 90 days, just the last 3 months.
Here's the high, just over 19.
Here's the bottom, right around 10. So from 19 to 10 is almost 50% drop. That's a big drop. Okay, so from here 10 to 19. No, that ain't right. Yeah. From that's a 50% drop. Then this thing turns around and jumps up 50%. That's where we are right now. A 50% increase from the bottom right there. Let's zoom in to that last 30 days, which is right there. Yeah, this is going to be no. I already own some, but if I was looking to jump into it, I would say no for this week. Okay, because 30 days ago you're at 1350. Then she drops down. Was it 950? Then she shoots up 50%. No. Not at this moment in time. Now don't get me wrong. I own some Mara. All right. But I wouldn't jump into buying at this moment in time.
Now why isn't this one working? It has a good connection. All right. It is what it is. Yeah, baby's in the house. Big zig.
Bibzig's in the house too. Cool beans.
All right, what do we have here? Sir, your camera setting is mirrored. I am seeing exactly opposite screens. Hey, trading teacher, you are 100% correct. Because YouTube doesn't offer in their what do you call it? In their mobile app, the opportunity to mirror the screen. So as I am screening live on YouTube, it doesn't give the opportunity to flip the screen. So if it's that much of a bother, you can go to TikTok because there it works fine. All right. I think TikTok is the only one. Facebook is backwards. Instagram is backwards. And YouTube is backwards. TikTok is the only one that actually allows you to mirror the screen. Anyway, that being said, let's keep on. Mara is okay. Next on the list, Starbuckies. So you're already selling calls on Mara. Yep. Well, see, I already bought Mara months ago. Okay, because as they drop, I jump in as they turn around and go back up again. So I take a look at what the numbers look. Remember I say my number one rule is never buy something you do not want to own long term. If you like the stock and you want to own it long term, well then buy it. And then sell a covered call on it every 7 days. Okay. Was it Chess? I'm glad you agree. Thank you. Oh, check at that. Daddy's in the house. Joe, what's happening, Joe? All right. So that being said, all right. Just make sure anytime you buy something, you want to own it full time. The rest of your life. If it hits my target, see you later. If it doesn't give me 1% every single week, see you later. Okay. I try to make things as simple and easy as I can. Because when I first told you guys, I created this for my 9-year-old daughter. When she was 9, she jumped on my lap and said, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Kind of odd for a 9-year-old girl to want to trade stocks. Most adults don't even know how to do it. So it had to be simple. It had to be safe. It had to be predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So those five criteria for a 9-year-old came up with five rules.
Number one. Never buy something you don't understand. If you're not okay with owning it for the rest of your life, don't buy it. Don't put your hard-earned money into something that doesn't make sense to you. Number two, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the whole game. And yes, I know this is a game. Okay. Number three, make sure that company's consistently profitable. Now this one out of all boggles my mind the most. Because why do people invest their money into companies that are not consistently profitable? Well, what does that mean? Well, the stock market's been around for 400 years. Now here in the U.S. it's not that long, but overall, the stock market has been around since the 1600s. Okay, 1602, the first dividend stock sold. Okay, that company went on for 198 years and averaged 18% per year. Well, nothing wrong with that. Okay, they'd probably still be going if it wasn't for corruption and mismanagement. You give people power, they get corrupt. Exactly what happened. Anyway. If it doesn't make sense, don't buy it. If you're not willing to hold on to it and hold it for the rest of your days on this little vacation here, don't buy it. But make sure you have the ability to get cash flow every single week from every single position that you have, regardless of what you paid for it. Hey, if you bought it 14, well, great. Keep turning over the 14s. Get a weekly cash flow from it. It's not that difficult. What do we have over here? Josh M, how are you today? Gap SU. All right, Lisa, let's see what we can do. Ray, good evening. So you are yep. All right. Don't. Ooh, Lisa wants to take a look at tractor supply. TSC. All right, next on the list we just did Mara. Starbucks. Ooh, I like me some Starbucks. SBUX. Ooh, that looks nice. Take a quick gander. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the motion. Down. Now she's going back up again. Okay. Let's zoom in. But before we zoom in, sorry, forgot. What are the numbers? 81, 83, 81. So we're looking at the 84s. The 84s, 315. Hell yeah. 315 is just shy of 4%. On an $84 stock. Okay, but it's definitely over 3. Well, let's take a gander. A year ago was the bottom. And that was 71.67. The high 117. That was on the 28th of February. All right, so the last 90 days looks a little bit like this. Here's your high. Here's your low. That's where it was. This is where it is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up. Okay, I know that's simple. That's basically the way it's going. Went up. Here's your high. Here's your low. Now she's going back up again. All right. The last 30 days gives me a better idea. Here's the high. Here's the low. She went up. Down. Now she's going back up again. Okay, so from here to here, it's only $5. Okay, that's not even 5. It's not even 10% yet. Well, 5 or 6% here. Okay, so got a long way to go between 83 and 100. Because your 30-day high was 100. Now it's at 83. Okay, is it guaranteed? No. Like I said, there's three guarantees in life. So at 84. Well, let's check out what an 84 looks like. Wait a second. What does this thing normally do this time of year? So normally, Starbucks for the next what is that? Oh, for the next week. Basically the opposite. Not huge. But look what happens in about a week. Okay. 5-2 is Friday. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So basically, the upside until Friday, and then she's going to drop. So I'm thinking to myself, if I'm going to do Starbucks, I want to do a safe trade. So she's at 83.81. So I'm looking at maybe the 83s or the 82s. Okay, that way I can get in. If it goes up, great. If it goes down, great. If it stays the same, great. Well, I want all the probabilities in my favor. So the safer trade would be the 83 or 82. That's a safer trade. Okay, the profitable trade would be 84. But then you have to it's a balance. Do you want safety? Do you want higher profit? Okay. Would I prefer 1% and have it be safe and secure, or do I want 2 or 3% and maybe I'll take it, maybe I won't. I don't know. So it's a tough one. See, me personally, I do the 82s more than likely. So it's for the fun of it. Let's find out what the 82 looks like. Just for the fun of it. Let's get back here. Let's get out of that. So let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do the 82. Tra-la-la. All right, right there. Just one contract at the market and confirm and send. And here we go. Buy one covered call Starbucks. 2 May 25, that means it's expired this Friday, which is fine by me. The age-old call option against the Starbucks at the market to open, maximum profit. 249. Did you see that? Right there? Break even. The break even is 79.51. 79.51. Mortgage Magician, he's down over 100,000 this year. Okay, Mortgage Magician, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, you're talking about the stock? I don't know. It goes up, it goes down. They're always moving. All right. So let's keep on keeping on. So if the break even is 79.51, the stock is currently at 84. Well, that's a safe trade. Look at what I'm making off. I'm making 249. All right. So clear that. 249. What is it costing? 79.51. Okay, divide 79.51, and that gives a grand total of 3.1%. No, I can do 3.1%. What is it? Starbucks. S bucks. 3.1. 3.1. Cool beans. How to time an up or low? Josh. I'm not 100% certain what you're talking about there. Okay. At least once I applied to that one. Trading teacher. Microsoft. Yes. Tesla. No. Sir, should we buy and hold both? Now, see, I can't tell anyone what to do. The only thing I do is I just look at the numbers of the stocks you want to take a look at, and just give you a rough idea what they look like. Okay. Now, if this one makes sense to you, Starbucks, why not? But does it make sense? That's a question you should be asking yourself. Let's go back to here. Oh, bloody. Alrighty. So, okay. D'Amato. James, do you hedge? No, I do not. Third day trading. But that's only $3 of 100. That's nothing. Okay. 3 trade day. All right, so 3 trade day, 3% Now, I'm not 100% sure with you, but 3% a week is over 150% per year. Now, most people who invest in dividends don't make 150% per year. So I'm not quite sure why 3% bothers you, other than the fact that you're looking for capital growth and you're not looking for cash flow. Because there's a huge difference in the trading mentality of somebody looking capital growth as for someone looking for cash flow. Now, cash flow for me, 1% perfect for me. But over 1%, hey, all the better. But it's not something I look for. I look for safety first, predictability, and the preservation of my capital. I don't want to have to go back to work if I don't want to. Now, I have no problem going back to work, but if I have to, if I'm forced into it, it might be a little bit more comfortable. Johnny Dill, what's the Chinese stock they will fall before America? Okay. I don't really pay attention to what happens in China. I only pay attention to what happens here because I'm not in China. Brian, Starbucks has earnings on the 29th. There is a $6 implied move either up or down. Okay, Brian, I get that. But again, my number one rule: never buy something you don't want to hold on to for the rest of your life. If you're okay with buying Starbucks and holding on to it long term, buy it. Does it make sense? Cool. Evening there, 86. How you doing? What is Harris your drink? And stuff will be crashing. Fear of less future isn't a stock. All right, Johnny Dill, not 100% sure what you mean. I don't go to Starbucks, so I'm not worried about it. And number one, if the numbers work, which the numbers don't look that bad for Starbucks. Here's the high, here's the bottom. She went up, she came back down again. Now she's going back up again. All right. I have no problem jumping in and buying Starbucks. But if I do, I'm going to be looking at the 82, the 83 or the 82, because I feel that it's safer. All right, hold on a second. Johnny Dill. But how can China stocks cause a crash also just like these fake real estate deals there? Hey, Johnny Dill, business is more profitable than stocks. Yeah, Johnny, I get that. All right. But Johnny, what I'm trying to do. Okay, there's a huge difference between business and then the stock market. And I do understand the correlation between how the two going together. A lot of businesses sell their stocks in order for gaining more cash flow to improve or to do something. I understand that. But what do you invest in first place? I'm here investing for cash flow. That's what I'm looking for. And the China stocks don't really interfere or interact with U.S. stocks that I'm looking at. Because most of the stocks I'm looking at have been around for more than 50 years. Now, we haven't been that romantically involved with China. Well, back then. Well, because most of the companies I'm looking at, getting in on the ground floor is the best investment I have seen. Okay. Thank you, Johnny. Okay, GB for Liberty. Can you tell me what you think of NUGT options? I've never even heard of NUGT. NUGT. Okay. NUGT. Nugget. Gold stock figures. Interesting. I'm going to say no to Nugget. Now, the reason being, December 2011. There's nothing in 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 14, 15, then it went 18, 19, 20. Yeah, no. it's just like all over the place. Okay. 32. Cuts the dividend in half. Cuts the dividend in half. Drops the dividend again. Almost doubles the dividend. Then almost triples the dividend. And then cuts it down by 75%. From here to here, and from here to here, cuts it down another about 80%. 80%. Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you. NUGT. Sorry. Hi. Brand new to your site. May I ask you a question? Sure. Why not? Yeah. Been holding off because I don't like the decay. If you don't like decay, if you don't do it, don't do it. No, I wouldn't do it at all. It doesn't have profitability. Now, what I mean by consistent profitability, the numbers should get higher and higher. This one's not. This one's missing a whole bunch of years. They don't even have like 6 years. No. Okay. SoFi stock might not have a dividend, but it will go to $60. Check the stock. Okay. They are predictable. Stocks move for two reasons and only two reasons. Argue all you want, but there's only two reasons. One is called unknown. We don't know why the stock moves. Well. It could be an active nature. Hurricane, fire, flood, monsoon, storm. Could be anything. Can't plan for that. It just happens. That's an unknown event. It just pops up. No, what happens about a lawsuit? You don't know. They're coming. Okay, a lawsuit comes, stock drops. What about remember happened with Mobil Oil? I think it was a long time ago. The Exxon Valdez crashed in the Northwest. Okay, oil all over the place, big ass mess. Nobody knew that was going to happen. When it did, the stock dropped. Same thing happened with British Petroleum when they sprung the leak in the Gulf. Stock dropped. Nobody knew what happened. That's an unknown event. We don't know it's coming. Now, on the flip side, we have what is called a known event. A known event. Known event. Something you know is coming. Earnings reports. You know exactly when they're coming. Stock splits. You know exactly when they're coming. Okay. A dividend. You know exactly when it's coming. Holiday seasons. Seasonality. Certain stocks move directly related to Christmas. New Year's. Easter. 4th of July, summer vacation, kids going back to September. Certain stocks move predictably. That's called seasonality. That is a known event. Okay, so if it's an unknown event, you can't plan for it. A known event, like a dividend. Well, when the dividend comes up, have a tendency to go up in value. That's a known event. I know the stock's going to move at that time. Great. Well, I know. Now, what do I do? Got some questions. Hold on a second. Let's see what we got. 86. Thank you for that. Here's what I did. TSLL. Hell no. June 20 cash secured put. Good feel. I wouldn't do that. TSLL is not consistently profitable. Can you review TRMD stock? What the heck is TRMD? TRMD. TRMD. Double hell no. Goes back to 2020. Nothing in 2021. Okay. 10 cents. 55, 58. That's 146. 259, 146. That's like almost cut in half. 150, 146. Let's go back. 36. Let's go back. No. Sorry. Nope. Let's see what I think of STZ. STZ. Well, let's do this. STZZ. No. STZ. No. 2015. We are currently in 2025. Now, if I do my arithmetic correctly, now I didn't go to college, but I do know the difference between 2015 and 2025. That's only 10 years. I'm looking for 2 decades. That's 20 years. That's 20 years. No. And take a look at the numbers. 31, 40, 52, 74, 75, 76, 80, 89, 101. Nice movement for 10 years. You got another 10 more years of this kind of activity. And then it'll be a yes. But until then, STZ for me is going to be a no. Okay. I don't want 10 years worth of data. I want 20. Okay. What? Uh-oh. Boy. Okay, so three trade day. So 3% doesn't thrill. Okay, fine. Do I hedge? No, I do not. You say $82 call is a safer bet on Starbucks. What do you mean by safer? Okay. Now, what I mean by safer. All right. It's a simple. What do I mean by safer? Right, let's get out of this. SBUX. All right. Here's the current chart for Starbucks. It's 3 weeks. This is the last 3 weeks. Here's where the price is right now. Okay. Highs here, lows here. Now it's moving up. Okay. Argue all you want. The numbers are what the numbers are. Nothing I can do about that. Bottom shoots up, pulls back, shoots up again. It's in an upward trend. Okay. Fine. Currently at 83.81. It's current at 83.81 and upward momentum. Right? Can you please teach me how to trade options? Yeah. Chill. Take a look at this. Do you own Oprah? You should. No, I should not. All right. Hold tight for a second. Somebody had a question. Who was it? DiTomato. Okay. Safer trade. Now, when I say the 82 is a safer trade, stocks moves in three directions. Up, down, sideways. Sideways. I hate sideways because they go down. That's all they do. They go up, they go down. That's it. Now, if she goes up and down. Yeah, that's called side or channeling. All right. So stocks go up, stocks go down. Now, I say safer. I'm looking for 5 days. Monday until Friday. Okay, 5 days. It's currently at 83.81, going upwards. So anything above 83.11 is going to be safer. Because here's the idea. Stock goes up. Great. You make money. Stock stays the exact same. Fine. You make money. Stock goes down a little bit. You still make money. So all three ways. But at the 84, okay, 84 is not that far away. But if the stock stays the same, you don't get all that money. If the stock goes down, you don't get all that money. Okay, if the stock goes up, that's the only way you're going to make any money with the 84. Well, not necessarily so, but safer means I want to get in, I want to get out, because I don't want to hold it long term. Okay, because the seasonality is showing me that. Okay. This is what Starbucks usually does year after year. The blue line is this year. This is what the stock is done so far. So January 1st, all over here. December 31st, all over here. The blue line goes up, down. Here's where we are right now. That old blue dot. That represents Friday, the last trade. Okay. Well, what does it normally do this time of year? historical performance. Well, that's 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so on and so forth, all the way up for the last 10 years.
So the red line average movement. Well, look from the end of March to the end of April. It's a nice upward trend. But at the end of April, going into the first week of May, it drops.
Do I really want to be in that this time right here?
No. See, here's where we are now. Blue dot.
Move this right to here. All right.
So here's the blue dot.
That's where we are now. That was Friday.
Okay.
Go sideways for a bit. She's gonna drop. Do I want to be in Starbucks when it drops like that? No.
I don't mind having it
sideways. Because she does drop.
Well, my break even is somewhere in the 79s. So I have no problem with that. But again, rule number one: never buy something unless you're okay holding it regardless of what it's doing. Okay. And I look at TRMD. It's a no. Use also strike price 5. Took in 1,000 on contracts, TSL, June 20 cash secure puts. Good for you. I just don't do those. Okay. Ask my opinion. I give you my opinion. I can't help it if you don't like my opinion. Okay. 3 trade day at least for BPCT. No idea what that means. Okay. SoFi stock might not have a dividend, but it will go to $60. Check stock. Okay, I'm not going to check SoFi because it's not on my list. It's a hell no for me. Okay. Finster. You should teach tax avoidance strategy works if you're going to avoid taxes. Okay, Finster. When I say I don't do tax. What do you call it? Teach how to pay taxes. There are a lot of people out there that do. Okay, tax strategist, tax planner. There are a lot of people out there that will be able to show you how to set up your account so you don't have to pay taxes. Because taxes are strictly voluntary if you like to. If you want to check the code, it's right there in the book. And you don't believe me, fine. Look the information. And when you do look up the information, you're going to see conflicting information. Because you'll have some people saying you do have some people saying you don't. All depends on who you want to listen to and who has the receipts, so to speak. Okay, who has the backing behind them for what they're saying. So when it comes to taxes, I always tell people talk to a tax strategist or talk to a tax planner. Okay, I'm not really worried about taxes. My account is set up in a way where I have to pay taxes legally. Gotta get that word in there. All right, so let's keep on going. Check the stock sheet. Oh boy. So let's take a look at SoFi. SOFI. All right, there it is right there. Oh, it's an upward trend. Oops. Oh, I hate doing that. Oops. SOFI. Last 30 days. Okay, I'm going to say hell no to SoFi. Not because I don't like it. Well, I don't like it because it doesn't have dividends. Okay, no dividends. No thank you. But other than that, 30 days ago we're at 12. We dropped down to 850. It's currently at 1288. So from 850 to 1288, that's more than a $4 move. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a $4 move on $1.50 stock, it's a 50% increase. Yeah, I ain't buying it up there. Hell no. Sorry, dude. That's a no. I'm not buying a stock that just made a 50% increase. No, thank you. Because it's not a profit until you take it. And a 50% increase in 3 weeks. You think no one's going to take profits on Monday, Tuesday, Good luck with that one. I'll take profits after 5%. This here's 50% from here to here. Yeah, no thank you. Doesn't make sense to me. Michael, good evening. Swan. Let's. What do I think about STZ? Already looked at STZ. Hell no. Do you own OPRA? You should. Sheriff, how are you doing today? OPRA, really? OPRA. Hell no. Wasn't that quick? Okay. I don't do monthly optional stocks because a monthly option you can only trade once per month. Let's go back to that. OPRA.
Okay. 16 May. 20 June, 18 July, 17 October.
That is a monthly optional stock. I can only trade it once a month. Okay, so get dividend? Yeah, don't care. Okay, not weekly options. No, thank you. Because it means I can trade it once. What am I getting? 12 to 24% a year? No thanks. Okay, I only do weekly options. Weekly options gives me weekly cash flow. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's go back over to here. Do I own Tesla? No, I don't. Tesla doesn't. I don't own Tesla. Can you look at TXN, Texas Instruments? I'll write it down. TXN. We probably won't get to it tonight because it's 11 o'clock. And I quit at 11:30, and we already have about 15 more stocks to look at. All right, trade in a Roth IRA. Good luck with that. Can you keep on trade options? Stay tuned. Daniel Diaz. Good evening. Good evening. Richland. James. Can we look at MOS? I like Mosaic. I said MOS. TEG with it. Oh hell no. The only reason I'm saying Mosaic is on my list. Okay. It is on my list. Look at this. 2029. Yeah. No. Okay, now I'm going to put Mosaic 2 weeks because that's going to have profit taken next week. Which means 2 weeks from today, it'll probably be in the right position. Bill, you can join if you want. Okay, just go to the bio. Find out where you join from there. Okay. MLS, let's look at premium. Yeah, Andrea, you've been here long enough. This right here, from 2022 to 29, we are right now. Okay, from 22 to 29, $7. No, $7 on a $23 stock is close to 30%. Okay. No. Doesn't look good. Do I own PLT? No, I don't. You got that Hemlock UNC. I have no idea what Hemlock UNC is. Do you own PLT? Hell no. Okay, I always tell people, look at the numbers. If the numbers don't make sense, no. Uh-oh. 3 trade day. Everyone just picked McDonald's, Home Depot, Target, Walmart, Procter & Gamble, Hershey's, and Coca-Cola. Thank me later. Okay. Those are the ones I look at. Uh-oh. 3 trade day. XDC, no. XRP, no. XLM, no. And Wetchen? And Flare, no. Okay. 3 trade guys, I seriously think you're in the wrong place, dude. Do you ever close an option early? No. What is an order block? I think you're in the wrong place because order block doesn't really come into play with stock options. Eric, good evening. Mike, good evening. Jose Lopez, close option early once in a while. It depends. It's always going to be about the numbers. What did I buy the stock for? What direction is it currently going? Did I already sell an option against it? If so, what relationship? Okay. Where did I buy the stock? What price I sell? What strike price? Where's it at now? Where's it going? What do I think? What supporting information do I have to it? Okay, it either makes sense or it doesn't. It's either going up or coming down. One or the other.
Okay, I basically 5-day trade. By Monday, hopefully be out by Friday. Look at. Next on the list. Harley Davidson, HOG. Now I do own some Harley Davidson. Interesting.
Okay. The high, the low. Was it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up. Okay. It looks good. One year chart. Well. Last trade. 23.50. Okay. Well, the 23.50 is going for $1.10. That's over 4%. But here's the big question. Do you like Harley Davidson? No, I own Harley Davidson, I think in three different accounts. Now, I have seven accounts. I share three of them public. I can show you every single trade that I make. Okay, and I do have a trading group. It is a paid service. People pay to actually trade with me and ask me questions. 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. As soon as the market opens, we're taking a look. What's happening. Now you got to remember what my priorities are. My priorities are consistency of profit, consistency cash flow, which means I want cash coming in every single position. Okay. Number two, preservation of capital. I do not want to lose. Okay, we're going to week number 18 for the year. Okay, week 18 for this 52 weeks in the year. Okay, tomorrow starts week 18. I have two losses so far this year. Only two. And I have a shit of trades that I've been doing. Anyway. Next is Harley Davidson. All right. A year ago, Harley Davidson's right about 35. She got a high of the year at 39.98. Let's call it $40. Okay, that's back in September, middle of September. Okay, last 90 days. High, low was look at the motion. Down, up. 23.50 at the moment. The bottom is here. And she's moving up. The last 30 days. Here's the last 30 days ago. Was a 30-day high. She dropped. Now she's coming up. Look at the movement. From the bottom at $20. We're now at 23. Well, that's only around 12%. Okay. I don't see a whole bunch of people, taking profits at only 12%. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I have no intention on selling mine. I bought mine at 35, and it's currently at 23. You think I'm feeling a little awkward? Not really. Because even though I bought it 35, I'll probably end up selling the 24.50s, and the 24.50s are going for 70 cents a share. Well, 70 cents a share on a $35 stock. Even though it's currently at 23, I bought it at 5. And I'm going to be selling the 24.50s. Okay, the 24.50s is way up here. Do I think it's going to hit that? No. Here was the bottom. Up here. I don't think it will. But that's for me. You guys got to figure out what works for you. But even though I bought it at 35, is not even on this chart. 35 is going to be way up here somewhere. Okay. I'm not worried about it because I'm okay with Harley Davidson. It's been in business for over 100 years. Harley Davidson is an American icon. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, the millennials and Z's not really Harley riders. Okay, you got the baby boom, Gen X. That's your Harley crew. Yeah, but anyway, besides the point. I have it. I have no intention on selling it, and I keep getting money every single week from my position. That's my deal. That's what I'm doing. I want cash flow from everything I have. So what? I bought it at 35. I'm still getting. The funny thing is, let's pull this back for a second. Okay. The high of Harley Davidson, $40. The low, right around 20. That's a 50% drop. Now, when you buy Harley Davidson at 23,
you get whatever the dividend is. Well, guess what? If I bought it at 40, I'm getting the exact same dividend as you are. Even though I paid twice as much as you did. Well, I'm in at 35.
And I'm selling off the 2024-50s, which is I'm at 35 way up here.
Okay, that's where I jumped into Harley. Brian. Expected move this week is 2.37 due to earnings. Okay. I'm not too worried, Brian, but we'll see how it works out. Mark. And from the cash flow, you win long term. Yeah, I do. I'm looking for cash flow on a weekly basis. William, good evening. Matt, good evening. All right, Matt. Question. How do you know that a company is about to spike up? Matt, I don't really know. What I look at clues. The clues are basic, simple. Number one. Well, where is the current momentum? What are buyers and sellers doing? Because that's all there is here. Sellers. We sell. We're looking for profit. Only way to make profit is to buy something and then turn around and sell something. It's the only way you can make a profit off of anything. So if Harley Davidson's bottom years at 20, now it's currently at 23. If I buy it at 23. Okay. Sell somebody the rights to buy it from the exact same price I just paid for it. What am I collecting? Well, the 2350s are going for a 10 a share. That's over a 4% income, a 4% return. Well, I like a 4% return. Remember, I'm doing this for weekly cash flow. If I can get 1% every week, I'm perfectly happy. Well, but the numbers on Harley Davidson this week are 4%. Well, does it make sense? Well, there's a lot of questions you need to ask yourself. And the big question should be does it make sense? The second question should be do I like Harley Davidson? The third question, do I like Harley Davidson at this price? Next question, something maybe, can I picture myself buying Harley Davidson, selling a covered call every single week? Well, if it's profitable, why not? If it makes sense, why not? Okay, because you're all going to retire at some point. Okay, and that's a hard fact that everybody's got to understand. At some point in time, you're going to be too old to work, for the most part. Okay. Then you got to figure out where's your money come from. Because we're the only species on this little rock that's got to pay to live here. Unless of course you go, live in the woods and live off the land. That's a possibility. I don't really see it happening for most people. That being said, let's take a deeper dive into Harley Davidson. A year ago, 34.93. Looks like we have a triple top at 980. That triple top right there, right in the end of September. The last 90 days. Here we go. Last 90 days. High, low. Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up. Okay. Bottom here. 23 now. A little over 10%. Last 30 days. Right there. Here's your 30-day high. Here's your 30-day bottom. Look, she's shooting up. $20.50, 23.50. That's a $2 move. $2 move on a $20 stock is only 10%. Only 10%. Now we've seen stocks jump 20%, 30%. We've even seen a couple jump 50%. Well, this one's only 10% in the last 3 weeks. Is it worth jumping into? Well, the high is 26.50, and we're only at 23.50. So we got another 15% to go. Doesn't sound like something you like. I already own it, so I'm okay.
Okay. I probably do the 2450s. Maybe
2025s. Maybe. Depending on what it's up tomorrow. Okay.
Now the 2450s are giving me 70 cents. That's almost 2% of my purchase price. The 25 giving me 50 cents.
Was that 1.5%? Well, I can live off of 1.5%. Maybe I'll do that one.
Mark, I picked up Nokia and Ford for the yield. Okay, Mark, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I mean, you bought yield, which means you plan on holding it for a year. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. What about selling a covered call against it? Okay, let's take a look at Ford for a second. Ford. Okay, here's Ford right now. It's at $10.
Here's the high, here's the low, here's what it is.
Look at the move. Down, up. Okay. Look at where it is compared to where it was. Now you know there's only 3 guarantees in life.
So let's take the last 30 days for Harley Davidson.
For Ford.
Okay, here's the top.
1040.
Here's the bottom.
840. It's a $2 drop. $8 stock is 20%. Okay, isn't that weird?
She drops 20%,
and then she jumps up 20%. Okay, but does it make sense
to buy it here?
Hoping higher. Well, higher here is only 40 cents. That's not even 1%.
James, could you please suggest some resources to study trading and investing in depth? Well, what I used.
Well, you don't really want to do it. I did almost every single trading course there was. It cost huge amounts of money. Anyway, that's the point. The simplest book, easy read would be Wall Street Money Machine by Wade Cook. It's simple. It's easy. It's a very small book. It's easy to get through.
Schools Live. Well, good evening, Schools Live. How are you today?
All right. We're 20 past 11. Ready to be done with
Mark, appreciate the lesson. I'm a newbie. Alrighty, Mark. Good for you. You picked up Nokia Ford for the yield. I'm not quite sure. Okay, Brian, I'm going to take a look at next.
Now, you picked up Ford. I don't understand why you picked up Ford. Don't get me wrong. I understand why, because you like the stock.
But think about it. 3 weeks ago,
we're down to $8.
Okay. Now we just made 20% move.
Not quite sure why you now wait for the profit taking place. This thing is dropping about another 2 weeks.
Then jump in somewhere
on 920, somewhere in that area. How is the book Street Smarts by Linda? I have no idea who Linda is. They made a business transition into EV. Okay. Not quite sure why you. Yeah, but Mark, why would you jump in after a 20% increase? Okay, don't you understand the way stocks go up? Then they come down, and then they go up, and then they come down.
The reason why they go up
is because people keep buying it. Okay. When the stocks move a certain percentage, people start getting out to take their profits. Well, a 20% move would cause a lot of people to jump up.
Who's the author of the Wall Street Money Machine?
That would be Wade Cook. Wade Cook. He did a great book. Okay. All right. The Wall Street Money Machine. And then he did classes all over the United States, selling classes on some of the basic trading strategies in that book. Then he made the mistake going to show people how to not pay taxes. Okay. Yeah. Then he ended up in jail because IRS don't play that game. They don't want people to know stuff the way Cook was teaching. Okay, so they find stuff to find a way to throw you in jail. I know a lot of people wrote books and started giving lessons and classes on, you know, reducing your taxes, and they get thrown in jail because the IRS plays dirty. They do. Read the book. Read the what do you call it? Some of the lawsuits. Some of the precedents. Some of the precedents set up the lawsuits against the IRS. Some of it's very fascinating.
All right, let's keep on keeping on. Oh, we got 10 minutes left to go. What else do we have here? A1 Steak wants to take a look at Disney. I don't know why. Disney. DIS. Interesting. Last 30 days or 90 it's $10 on. That's a 12% increase. Okay. Okay, so here's Disney.
Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's the motion. Down, up.
Okay. Simple, easy.
Now it's currently at $90.28. So the 90 is going for 158. The 91 is going for 111. Me personally, I do the 90. It's a safer trade.
Because at the 91, the stock has to move up. Well, anytime a stock has to do something, has to perform, well, there's more risk involved. Okay. The 90, there's less risk. The stock doesn't have to do anything. Okay, remember, stocks only go three different directions. Up, down, or sideways, or flat, or channeling, however you want to call it. Well, currently it's at 90.28. Well, the 90 is already in the money, which means nothing has to happen. If it goes up, great. If it stays the exact same, great. Even come down a little bit, fine. As long as all three in my favor, great. The 91, not all three in my favor. Because the stock has to go up in order to make the profit and get all my money back on Monday.
Mark, you're welcome. Lisa, I just bought the Wall Street Money Machine. I'm about to start chapter 4.
Oh, cool.
Let me know what you think afterwards.
Matt, how long do you hold a stock on average? So from the moment you invest to the moment you trade. Well, on average, it's been about 2 weeks. I prefer one to get in on Monday, be out Friday or Saturday. That's my preference. Doesn't always happen. The longest I've ever held anything was 9 months, and that was Kimberly Clark, KMB, 2 years ago. Okay, I bought it, stock dropped, and then it took a while for you trade back up again. But in those 9 months, a lot of people forget this fact. In those 9 months, I collected 3 dividends. Also, 9 months, I collected 3 dividends, and 9 months, about 38 premiums, every single premium, every single week. 3 dividends and over 35 premiums. Well, the premium, if you remember, okay, 28. The 90 is about 58 per share. Can you imagine getting $1 per share on a $90 stock every single week? There's 52 weeks in a year. Okay, a $90 stock, I get $1 every single week. That's $52. That's more than 50% return. Well, that's why I do it. Because if I didn't, I'd have to go back to work, and I don't want to do that. Okay, next on the list. Bo stepped away. Did I cover Pfizer? No, I did not yet. Brian, Macy's hog expected up or down. I don't know. We're working on Disney at the moment. So Disney. A year ago, we're at 111.
The high of the year is at 118, and that was the end of November last year. Look at your last 90 days. Okay, here's your last 90 days.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up.
Not that difficult.
Let's do
the last 30 days. Last 30 days gives me a better idea. Do I plan on jumping into this or no?
30-day high. 30-day bottom. She jumped up, back down, back up. So it's moving to the upside. 82 to 90, it's about 10% move. From this bottom here to here. That's 10%. Do you think people take profits at 10%? Or do you think they might go a little longer?
I think it might go a little longer, maybe another week.
Don't know.
But the question always comes
down to,
do you like the stock?
Does it make sense to you?
Is it look for consistency, profitability? Okay, Disney they do make their profits. Two weekly options. They do have weekly options. Okay.
The 90 is going for 158. A safer trade.
I like safe trades. Get in, by 1%, get out. Next week, same thing. Get in, get my 1%, get out. It takes me anywhere between 5 minutes and 15 minutes doing my account. Well, that's what I'm looking for. 5 or 10 minutes a day. That's why it's called the 10-minute trader. The 10-minute trader.
Brian, we don't know. That move is either up or down. Okay, Brian, you're correct. How long hold? On average, that one trade Josh Gems. Did you read Market Wiz by Jack Schwager? No. Matt, you being a stock guy, do you agree with Cornelius Vanderbilt way of trading stocks back in his day? No. Because Cornelius Vanderbilt didn't have stock options available to him. Lisa, I think Disney's dividend sucks. I think it's very inconsistent.
Well, let's take a look at Disney's dividend.
DIS. $1962. Holy cow! I want to go to 2005 because 2005 to now is 20 years. Okay.
So 2000 the dividend was 26. 2006 it was 30. 2006 it was 30. 2007 it was 35. Well, 2008, 2009, 2009 increases.
2010 went to 40, 2006 75, 86, 75, 86. 2014 it was at
115. Then 2015, like a 50% decrease. Well, that kind of sucks. Well, a 50% decrease from 14 to 15. Not necessarily so, because see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all 1 year. Okay. 2015, they gave two dividends. 66, 71. You add those two together, that's 137. Okay, so 115 to 137.
Combine the two together.
And then this one was higher. And then that one.
Okay, I see it. 17, 18, 84, 88, 19, 88. Uh-oh.
Nothing in 2020. Nothing in 2021. Nothing in 2022. And then 2023. Then 23. Yeah. No, they were doing great up into 2019. So whoever took over in 2020, yeah, they suck. Think about it.
Nice dividends.
All the way up
until 2019.
Then they just messed them up from there.
Scotty Young. We don't know. The move is either up or down. Yeah, Brian. I know we don't know if it's going. We don't know. But what do the odds and probabilities tell us? Okay, we can look at what other investors are doing. What have they done? Last week? What have they done before? What is the trend? Is it an upward trend, or is it a downward trend? Okay, now nobody really knows what's going on. Tomorrow morning, there's only one person who has any clue what's happening. That would be the market maker. He opens it up at a certain price, and that's what it is. All right. It's 11:30. You guys have no more questions. You guys have. What time frame do you trade at? One day. Brian. Yes, Brian. Sorry, Brian. Let's take a look real quick. I love it. Hit some great numbers last year. Made some nice money. Ooh, look at that.
Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Look at the motion. Down, up. 59, 39. Look at that, from 150 to 59.
That's over 50. That's like a 60% drop. Okay. Do you like Estee Lauder?
Well, let's take a look.
A year ago, we're at 150. Okay, we bottomed out at 48. That's a big freaking drop. That's $110. Well, alrighty then. $110 for a $150 stock. That's a big drop. Last 90 days.
High, low, is. Look at this. Down, up. That's a nice move from here to here.
All right, let's zoom in a little closer. Get a better idea of where we think it might be going.
High, low. Now it's going up. Okay. High, low, was the motion. Down, up. All right. Up, down. All right. So 52, 59, 7 bucks. That's 12%. All right, 12%. Not that bad.
What does it normally do this time of year? Well, this time of year. Yeah.
You got one week before she drops. Sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I like Estee Lauder. The numbers look good.
What do the numbers actually look like for
Estee Lauder?
Hold tight.
Hold tight. Okay. 59, 39. I'd be doing the 59s.
Because the 59s, say for trade, paying $3. Okay, so 59, $3, that's 5%.
I'm going to write that down. Estee Lauder.
Not a lot of options out there. Anyway, that is 11:30. My time to call it a day. I think you guys are all done with your questions.
Nan, nice to see you. Atman, Cool Beans.
Monk's Capital class. Glad you like it.
Alejandro. Misty is a good investment at this price.
Now, Alejandro, I don't know anything about you, so I really can't whether or not that's good or bad. But I can tell you, Misty, take a look at the numbers. Are they consistently profitable? Is their stock going up? Are their profits going up? Do they pay a dividend? If so, does the dividend consistently increase? Okay, is it a capital growth stock, which means your stocks get more valuable as the years go on, or do they share some of the profits?
All right, Miss Lisa, see you tomorrow. We appreciate the information. All right, Matty Boys. How do I find your class in the morning? The class in the morning is a paid class. Okay. People do pay for the privilege of being able to have somebody watch what it is you're doing. Okay. Now think about it. How much is it worth to you have somebody watch over what you're doing to make sure you're doing it right? Well, my goal is 1% every week. Simple, consistent, no way for me to lose. Okay, that's my goal. Okay, I don't know if you can fit what you're looking for with what I do. And if you are interested, top left corner where you see the link, my bio, in the bio, the 10-minute traded.com shows you exactly how to join. Very first when you land on it. Live trading online. It's a big black box. Live trading online. Just click on that. Follow the steps. All right. All that being said, you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. So out of here. Facebook, great day. Okay, YouTube over here. You guys have a great day there. And now the end is. And TikTok. You guys have a great night. And over here on YouTube, you guys have a great night. Also, right there, and you guys, all the way over here. Have a great evening.
Ugh.